The reach of the Royal Commission has focused on a particular period of time around veteran suicidality from the late 90s until now. We're conducting a study that has a much longer history. The issue has to be understood in a much wider historical frame to understand what has changed and what hasn't changed. So our study goes back to 1914. We do archival work from 1914 to 1975. Then we start to do interviews from 1975 until now, and we nest it within institutional policy program legislation. So veteran suicidality, some things have changed and then other things have stayed the same. The way we understand veteran trauma has changed, but the way that we're still managing it hasn't changed effectively. So a lot of the burden still falls back onto families, and a lot of veterans can still feel disconnected and isolated from the institution which they proudly enlisted to serve.
Sadly, there's families all across the country, military families that no longer have service members or veterans in their families. I'm not alone. There's been a large group of mothers and fathers that have stepped up, have been given permission to speak. I'm thankful that lived experience is now valued, and people like myself are listened to.
Predominantly, veteran suicidality is a social issue. And from that we take the idea of what's called anomic suicide. So we have a really strong sense of identity, purpose and belonging in the military. You know, we're young Australians, we joined the military, we developed great friends, a great sense of identity, a great sense of purpose. So at least at some level there's a sense of coherency and purpose and meaning while you're serving. But once you leave that, it's a process of rapid change, and particularly if you have a medical discharge, or even if you're in service and something goes wrong and the military turns against you, your commanders turn against you. It's a rapid upheaval. And so that's known as being anomic. It's a normlessness, a whole shift of your previous points of reference, of meaning, of connection and understanding. And that gets severed, and then people are left in a point of isolation and social disconnection. And to me, that's the main reason behind veteran suicidality.
And of course, if you have a family which has suffered, or members of the family that have suffered trauma and right the way through to death, the family unit is completely disruptive. The impact on the partner, the impact on the children, that has an on-flow effect.
We need to be listening more than anything to lived experience, and if you want your ADF and your DVA and your government to succeed in saving veterans' lives, you have to hear the lived experience.
So when we hear about the numbers, we forget about each case.
There's 3,000 of them that have taken their life, and they all matter, they're all lives. Consequently, that's led me to start getting photographs of each of them so that I can point out individual faces of these young men and women. That's been really important to me too, because it gives a real personal view of what's happening.
The real story here is that every one of those numbers is a person that had hopes and aspirations, and for whatever reason was cut short, and the only way that they could find to deal with it was to attempt or to successfully take their own lives. So we have to remember the human cost of this, not just the numbers.